Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, dear friends. Zane Baker here in the house, and welcome to today's Energy Pick a Card reading. Today's reading is very intentional and very unique, and I wanted to dedicate it to everyone who have lost someone during this pandemic. Regardless if you lost them during the pandemic because of COVID or they just transitioned to the next phase and you didn't have the chance to say goodbye. So I wanted to create this reading with that intention because I just lost one of my dearest of friends and a mentor, a spiritual mentor, who has guided me and taught me a lot about connecting to spirit, about being one with the divine, about meditation. And I lost him this week, and I didn't have the chance to say goodbye because of all of the quarantine issues, and no one was able to see him beside his family, and it weighed heavy on my soul because he was a very influential man in my life, and it hit me that many people are feeling this way because they lost someone that they love, they honor, they cherish, and that he or she was an important part of their life, but they just didn't get a chance to say goodbye because of all of the limitations. So my intention from this reading is for you to take your time to select one of these three cards. There are three piles actually, not cards. Each pile has a specific message from the deceased loved one who wants to tell you a specific thing that is between you and him or you and her. The second card within the pile is a card that represents what is their advice to you right here and now to help you navigate the current path of your life. And the third card is a healing card with Archangel Raphael. So my invitation for you is to probably close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, really center yourself, put your hand on your heart, ask yourself, which pile has the most important messages from heaven to me, and then just sit and meditate for a few minutes, and then when you open your eyes, simply select one of the piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3. Now, before we dive into the reading, guys, I have the Lapis Lazuli, which is a beautiful crystal, especially in ancient Egypt and ancient Sumeria. It was used to adorn the deceased, especially in their coffins. So I figured what a beautiful crystal to have with us for this reading that is messages from heaven for our deceased one than the Lapis Lazuli. So if you feel that this crystal is actually a crystal that you could use the help of during this time, in the links underneath this video, there will be a link to directly go and get some Lapis Lazuli from some of my trusted sources on Amazon. And so check them out. All right, guys, I hope that you meditated and centered yourself and grounded yourself and selected a pile, either pile number 1 or pile number 2 or pile number 3. Regardless of which pile you selected, you have the option of watching the entire reading to have a full spectrum of what messages are coming for each pile. Some people love to do that, and the more the merrier. However, if you want to dive in directly to your reading and take some notes so you can focus on yourself and focus on the messages that are coming from heaven to you, then underneath this video in the description there is the timestamps of each card pile. And also I'll put that in the comment, pin it in the comment so you guys have easy access to it. And now let's dive into the reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your messages from heaven. My heart goes out to you. I know how difficult this current present time is for many of us around the globe. So I hope that this inspired reading brings you some peace and help you in coping with the grief process that you're going through for losing a loved one during a pandemic season. So all right, guys, let's see what is the message that your loved one has in store for you. I am here helping you. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So some of you guys might be feeling like with the deceased one leaving, your world has toppled over, that your world is in an upside down position. And while that might be the case, be kind and be gentle to yourself, and your loved one is reminding you that you're not alone, that they might not be here with you in the physical realm like you, but just like the rainbow, it's there. You just can't touch it. You can't feel it. Just like the cloud, it's there. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. But it's there. Your loved one's help is there. And this is where faith comes in really strongly, especially if you are really close to the deceased one, because a lot of times there is a lot of separation that's been created in our life from early childhood well into our adulthood about spirituality and the loss process or the transition process. I don't consider death a loss. I consider it a transition. A human has transitioned to the next level. So to him or her, the deceased, they're not at a loss. They actually just went to the ultimate beautiful afterlife to go on their next journey. And guys, I speak about this from experience. I had a near-death experience in my own life in 2013, and I saw how the whole idea of death is so misrepresented in our culture and in our belief system. And I don't want this video to turn into that, but I'm speaking from a space of understanding. So to the deceased, it's not a loss. They went to the ultimate next spiritual transition and spiritual ascension. For us humans who are still on earth, we feel the loss because we are losing, literally losing a human being that was with us on earth, that we can touch and feel and hug and love on and argue with, and all of the things that come with the human experience. And when they're not here, we feel like we're separated from them and they're gone forever. While their bodies might be gone forever, their spirits lives on, and they are here to remind you, I am here helping you. So if they passed on during this pandemic time, or even if you're watching this in the future and they just passed on and you didn't have the time to say goodbye, or the death was so sudden and you had the chance to say goodbye, but you didn't have the chance to really express to the deceased one how much they meant to you, talk to them. They're spirits and they hear you. And they are here telling you, don't you worry about your earthly circumstances and your earthly things. I am here helping you. And guys, take the time to honor that you lost somebody, and take your time to heal. Take your time to heal. So that's the message from the deceased one to you directly. The second card represents what they want you to know so you can easily transition and move forward in the current reality after the loss of the deceased one. Guys, the spirit world is very giving, especially of deceased ones who wish us well, love us, honor us. And so they want you to cope and transition to the next phase because they know that they're in a better place, in a different place, and they don't want you to suffer. As a human, they don't want you to suffer. Wow. Oh my gosh. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe is the card that appears to be the message. Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So in here, the old pattern that you might be releasing is not any negativity or old thinking. The old pattern in specific is you thinking of life as you know it with the deceased one. It's time for you to release the hold of that image, to create memories of the loved one, but don't hold on to the memory to such a level that you cannot live in the present moment. This loved one here loves you so much that they want you to remember that life is for the living, and that they want you to remember with every breath you're taking that you are meant to live, and that you living is literally giving honor to their legacy. Wow, this loved one really love you, really love you. For them to tell you at such an integral moment in your life, because guys, death is very hard, and the deceased one is telling you to take a breath, to remember that you're blessed, to awaken your energy. And what a better archangel to support you with that than Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the archangel of healing, and he appearing telling you to breathe and release old patterns and integrate new experiences is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message that your deceased one wants to remind you with, which is, I am at peace. I want you to be at peace. Don't look at the past with me in it. Focus on the future and what you can do to move forward and keep my legacy. A lot of time, guys, when we lose a person, we get stuck in the, but I used to eat lunch with my deceased one, or I used to go to the beach with my deceased one. I used to do this with my deceased one. These were meant to be memories to cherish, not memories to remind you of the loss. That's what I feel that the deceased one is sharing with you right now. Wow, that's a beautiful reading. And guys, my voice is very raspy because I am tearing up, because I am going through the loss process myself. So it's really, I'm trying to keep my composure as I give messages, because I also know that many of you guys who are watching this, you are going through this, either from a deceased one you lost now or a deceased one you lost in the past, and you just want to connect and see what messages they have for you. And the third card is the healing. So the third card is the healing card, and it is what the deceased one feel could help you heal. And this one is ask your body for a message. Oh my gosh. Guys, your deceased one is spiritually very connected. He or she might have been very deeply into spirituality, meditations, prayers, reading scriptures, reading holy scripts, studying and learning about how they are divine beings and not just flesh that is on the earth. Because for your deceased one to tell you that your path to healing is asking your body for messages, tells me that they're connected to their spirit, and that they know for us earthlings, humans, the only way to feel things is when it's experienced in the flesh, in the body, touch. So when you feel it in the body, when you get the feeling in the body, then you know how to process it. And what they're telling me here is trust the feeling you have about your body. So when you think of your deceased one, what are the areas of your body that have feelings? If it's feelings of pain, if it's feelings of heaviness, if it's feelings of delight, the feelings are not the same for each person. Because I personally, when I think of the spiritual mentor that I lost, I don't feel the loss. I feel the reverence of a teacher who has touched my life in such a deep way. And I focus on that. My mind might think I'm not going to have the ability to hug that mentor, to sit at his feet and ask for guidance, to be in his presence, which is tremendous loss to me as a human. At the same time, as a spiritual being, I see that me not having connection with him in body doesn't mean that I don't have connection with him in spirit. And the deceased one is telling us, trust the messages of your body. Guys, there is a book called The Secret Language of Your Body by Ines Egal. It's a beautiful book that explains the emotional reasoning behind every little ache and pain and whatever feeling we have in the body. So this card appearing, ask your body for a message, it's kind of hinting that there are certain emotions and feelings that are in your body. And if you honor your body and ask for your sign from your body, you will have deeper understanding about what's going on. And guys, I see two rainbows. So the deceased one, the first card, I'm here helping you. If you notice, there is a rainbow here. And the third card, which is the healing, there is the rainbow. So your deceased one is in a better place and they are having a blast up there. And they want you to remember to see the rainbow during the cloudy season. See the rainbow during the cloudy season. So to heal, honor your body, understand your feelings, understand your emotions, and listen to the messages of your body. If you really need help, get this book. I'll put it in the description too, so you can get it. So let's say you have an issue with your shoulder. You simply open the book and you go to the S section. And then you go to the shoulders and you read what the meaning of the shoulder could be. Carrying the weight of the world, handling too much. So I'm not going to go into the details of it because each person might have a message in a different part of their body. And by you understanding the message, you'll be able to navigate the path in much better way. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for pile number 1. Remember that your deceased one is there to help you. Whenever things get a little hard, remember to breathe and trust the messages that your body sends you and work on healing yourself from the inside out. I hope these messages brought some peace into your heart. If you like these messages, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and let me know in the comment how this message resonated with you. Thank you and much love to you. All right, guys, if you selected pile number 2, welcome to your reading. Pile number 2 will have 3 messages for you. A message from your loved one, a message from your loved one to help you in transitioning in your life right now, and a healing message. So I'm really excited to unveil these messages for you and see what your deceased loved one wants you to know. Wow. Oh my gosh, guys. So pile number 2, your deceased loved one is telling you, I am not dead. I am not dead. Guys, I mentioned this briefly in the first reading for pile number 1, and I'm going to mention it here again. I had a near-death experience in 2013, and I really noticed how the death process is death in the physical realm right here. But for us as spirits, we're not dead. I died for about 7-8 minutes and then came back. And what I recognized is on the other side, there's just the spiritual realm of life. And it is omnipresent and it is expansive. And it's, I don't know how to describe it other than it's even more than what we're experiencing here on life. Here in life, on the physical realm, everything is about the 5 senses. So you have to touch it, you have to taste it, you have to see it, you have to feel it. In the spirit realm, it's more think it and you're there. And so your deceased loved one, it tells me that he or she were really people who did not see the death process as the end of life, and that they saw it more of a transition to the next phase of living. So they experienced life as a human being. They touched your life in whichever way they touched it. And now they're going on to the ascension phase of their spiritual journey and becoming the next level of themselves. Because guys, as a soul, we're eternal. The body is limited to the physical reality, but the soul is eternal. So wow, your loved one is reminding you that he or she, they're not dead. Their bodies might not be here, but their spirits are here and supporting you. And what a beautiful imagery. There is the dove. The dove represent peace. Also, the dove represent you in the physical realm. And the light is more of the love from spirit and from heaven telling you it's all good. No worries, it's all good. Wow, what a lovely reminder. What a lovely reminder. Now let's see what your deceased loved one wants you to know about how to navigate your current path, especially if the loss of your deceased is very recent. crystal clear intention. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So this tells me that some of you guys feel lost, feel like the loss of your loved one has literally put your life at a screeching halt. And while that is the case for anyone who loses a loved one, to transition and heal and live, because guys, when somebody dies, we must honor their legacy by living. We do not honor our deceased loved ones by living in the past, by pondering over, oh, I miss him so much, oh, I lost so much, oh, my life is not going to be the same. We're not honoring the deceased by doing that. What we're doing is we're actually reminding the deceased that life on earth is just so different and so unbearable, and they are in the spiritual realm and they see the truth, and it doesn't help to remind them of how sucky life on earth is. So what I'm getting here is your loved one is telling you, have clear idea about what you want life after me leaving earth. And when I say me, I mean your deceased one. They want you to know what you want your life to look like. Guys, honor your body, honor your emotions. If you're feeling heavy loss for the deceased, honor your emotions and honor your feeling. At the same time, your deceased one telling you when you're ready to live, when you're ready to honor my legacy, and you went through the grieving process, have crystal clear intention about what you want your life to be, what you want to manifest, who you want to attract, who you want to be like, and what legacy you want to leave behind for both you and the deceased, especially if the deceased was a spouse or a grandmother or a child, a person who is really in your life, and they want you to honor their legacy. Have clear intention and know that they are not dead in spirit, and they can help you. And with your clear intention, they can lend you insight, they can lend you dreams, they can lend you ideas that you in this physical realm can act upon them. So your deceased loved one loves you so much that they want you to know they might be dead in body, but they're not dead in spirit. And in order to heal and move forward, you must have clear intention about how you want your life to look like. And now let's see what the healing message is. Stay positive. Stay positive. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me be optimistic and take the appropriate action steps that supports my health. So once again, your deceased loved ones want you to know that by staying optimistic, you're going to support your health. By being sad and depressed and upset and in heavy low vibration, it will affect your health. And by doing so, you're not doing anybody a service, especially yourself. So to honor your loved ones, make sure that you go through the grieving process, but remain positive. And instead of centering yourself on the loss, center yourself on how blessed you've been to have your deceased one in your life for as many years as you have had them. Many people focus so much on the loss that they dismiss and don't remember the goodness that they did have with the deceased when they have been alive. Now guys, if the deceased one was a little bit difficult, or the deceased one, you and them weren't seeing eye to eye, I am getting this message for this group. They're saying, we're not dead in spirit, and we know that in the physical realm we might not been the most supportive, but now that we transitioned, we want you to be positive in the here and now. So your deceased one from up above are telling you, if our relationship was difficult, have clear intention about how you want to lead your life. Stay positive and release the difficulties. I am gone. I am in the spirit world, and I absolve you. Now I want you to absolve yourself and do some healing. I'll include, guys, especially for this group, 2 forgiveness videos that I did underneath this video. So if you had a difficult relationship with the deceased, then you can go through the healing process of forgiveness, because forgiveness is very healing. And when you heal, you glow, you glow, you glow, you glow. Oh my gosh. Now, as I say, when you heal, you glow, I'm noticing 3 signs in these cards for you guys. So look at this one. The dove is flying and there's the sun glowing on the dove. There is the archangel here, and there's the glowing aura around the head. And this whole picture of the 3rd card is just a glowing picture. There's like the white, the aura, the wings. It's just a glowing picture. So if you guys had a difficult relationship with your deceased loved ones, just remember to practice healing and forgiveness, and everything will fall into place, and you will go through the grief process and transition in life and honor the deceased. So all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Pile number 2. I hope these messages have brought you some peace in mind, in body, in soul. If you like these messages, please give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, and share. Let me know in the comments how these messages served you, and if you needed to practice forgiveness, how the forgiveness exercises have helped you. And I'll see you guys again in another video later this week. Bye. Hello, 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 group number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is a reading from your loved one in heaven. And there will be 3 cards. Card number 1 representing the message that the deceased one wants you to know right here and now. It's a direct message from them. The 2nd card represents the message that they want you to be aware of, so you can start your healing path and transition in your current life with the reality that the deceased has transitioned to the next phase. And the 3rd card is a message from your loved one telling you how you can heal yourself and how you can be in a space of healing instead of a space of loss. So let's dive into the reading. I am really excited for you guys. The first 2 piles, very powerful messages. And I'm going to say it again, guys. My voice is very raspy because throughout the whole readings, I am actually getting really emotional because I am going through the process of grief myself. And I'm just feeling the emotions of those people who are going to watch these videos. So if my voice gives in, please forgive me. And now let's dive into your reading. So the first card, which represent the message from your loved one. It is beautiful where I am. It is beautiful where I am. So your loved one is telling you, don't you be worried about me. Don't you worry about me. I am actually in a very beautiful place. I am up in the heavens with my Creator. I see the truth. I feel the truth. I am the truth. And I don't want you to worry about me. What I want you to focus on is you, because you are the one who is in the physical reality. You are the one who is on the earthly plane. And I want you to know that I am safe and I am sound. And I want you to know that I am at peace in the most beautiful place that I can be at. I get the guidance that people for this pile, your loved one loved fishing, loved the ocean, loved greenery, loved nature in general. So let me know in the comments, did your loved one love nature? I am really interested in seeing that in the comments. So that's the first message from them. Now the second message, wow, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So guys, the deceased loved one here, they really love you so much that they want you to be at peace. That's why they're telling you it is beautiful where they're at. However, they're concerned about you. They're deeply concerned about you. They know that you're in the physical realm, that there are still things to be dealt with, and they want you to focus on you at this time. That's why I feel the message for you here is life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So your loved one from up above saying, hey, I know that I am in a beautiful place. I want to make sure that you are in a beautiful place. Take the time to heal yourself. Take the time to forgive yourself. Take the time to know what you want to create in your physical reality. Don't let life pass you by. Consider my death a reminder for you to live. Wow, guys, your loved one here loves you so much. Even if your relationship with them was difficult, they want you to know that they love you. That maybe in this earthly plane, their role was to be difficult to push you to the next level of your breakthrough. And now they want to tell you that they're in a beautiful place and they have no animosity towards you and they love you. They feel love for you and they want you now to focus on yourself. They want you to raise your finger and say, I am here for me. And oh my gosh, guys, this is funny. I say, raise my finger to live for me and look at the angel here. Like, what are the odds? In here, he's holding a torch. So the angel is illuminating his or her own path. Now in here, raising a finger. So it's literally like you saying, you know what? It's my time now to heal. There is, guys, a difference between pointing fingers and raising your hand and saying it's my turn. Pointing fingers is blame. Pointing fingers is guilt. It's victim mentality. Raising your finger for yourself means you're standing up for yourself. So I'm getting some signals that some of you might have had a loved one or a deceased one who was a little difficult and they were always pointing fingers. They are telling you, take that misbehavior that we had as pointing fingers and turn it into standing up for yourself, raising your vibration, living for you. And the angel could have easily wore any other color, but they are wearing the color red. And red is all about the physical reality. It's the first chakra, the base chakra is the chakra for belonging, for security, for wealth. So your deceased loved one says, if I have in any way pointed fingers at you in a not very kind way, please forgive me. I love you. Now I want you to take that same finger pointing gesture and turn it from finger pointing to I stand for myself. I raise myself. I am in alignment with my vision, and review what you need to review to create the life that you want to live. And now let's see what message they have for you about healing. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Dear higher self, thank you for speaking loudly and clearly in peaceful ways that I easily understand. Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to listen to my inner wisdom. Wow, wow. Your deceased loved one are telling you that you know the answers. Do not look for the answer outside. Look for the answer in your heart. Look for the answer in your gut. Look for the answer in your body. Your body, guys, is a temple. And the message of the body appeared for group number 1. And I recommended a book called The Secret Language of Your Body. It's a beautiful book by Ina Segal. And the book really speaks about how our body gives us messages about our emotional states of being and how by addressing these emotions, we actually heal ourselves. Whenever your intuition comes in the form of feelings in the body, grab that book, read the feeling related to it, and start the healing process. Start the healing process. Your loved one wants you to know that they are in a beautiful place, that if you take the time to prioritize and ask yourself what are the things you want to do in your life, and you listen to your intuition, then you will also have a beautiful place where you're at. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope these messages have brought some tranquility and peace into your heart about the loss that you experienced in your life. And please know that me, Divine Spirit, love you so much, and we cherish you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this spirit reading from your loved ones in heaven. I wanted to take the time to actually pay a huge tribute to my mentor, my dearest friend, Rupesh Mahajan, that we lost last week due to some heart complications. We love you, Rupesh. You have touched our lives in ways more than we can even describe in our physical reality, and your presence have made my life and the lives of so many people so much better. You will be missed, you will be loved, and you will be remembered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.